for nits. I think that is something that they kind of want to put out very early on, despite the fact that they don't even know what's going to be going up against the gold lane. So I think this is kind of a signal for them to be, a little bit more aggressive, at the same time, a little bit more showing of what they want to happen in the game. And this is not something we see so often, but something that we actually kind of have like a little throwback to the time where the Alice and the Harriet were kings in the gold lane.
Yeah, exactly. And we already see a little bit of the quickness and the speed you're getting from the Nolan. He's already on his orange buff there, while AP BREN just making it over to theirs. So you're gonna have that speed, but it's like we said, it comes out to this early game. Ooh, Zorn coming in there, just getting a little bit of vision, wanting to know where everybody is at on the map for his team.
Yeah, I mean, there was a time too that the Tigreal was the one pushing out the buffs, right? That was a thing before. But Sword is just kind of giving the vision here towards the side of Homeboys, so Chibi can actually know where he's going to be positioning. So the turtle is going to be key here. We did mention that this might be an early game, and we're starting to see like pokes coming in from both Homeboys and AP BREN right now, but no pickoffs just yet. Everybody's just taking their time to get in the resources. Once that level 4 hits, we'll see where it's going to be happening right now. Sepat, though, gonna get pressured out there.
Yeah,
Forced to use that
he's
vengeance
gonna activate. Yeah, use that vengeance. So now he's not gonna have it for a little bit. And look at AP BREN, they are not stopping. Oh, Sapat actually might be getting caught here. Is trying to create that distance. She becomes in here, putting on the damage, and Zorn out there saying a little bit of a lows to the team there.
Both sides actually, hey, we're here. But you know what? It is just kind of the thing that you can get before you feel like this big clash is going to be happening. Level 4 has been attained here by Chibi, so that is one advantage that Homeboys can actually have before getting into the turtle. Kyle TT still going to go for that purple before he gets into this first major objective. It's a good thing that Flab TZ is able to get in that level 4, so this should at least give AP BREN that advantage when it comes to the team fights that will be happening on this turtle lane. Udil also picked up that demonic force, so that's going to be a force to be reckoned with when it comes to this turtle. AP BREN going to be starting it up.
Yeah, and we're down to about half health already. We did see that Astral Echo went out there, and Sapat comes in. Here comes that demonic force, looking for to put the damage on. Chibi finds a kill on the Augden. Flapteasy finds a kill onto the turtle and onto Chibi. 2 in 1 with that demonic force, able to get an objective and a kill.
Yep, and here's the thing too, it really gets confusing because Odile also had that demonic force, and at the time, right, when you were taking in the turtle, all you can see was actually 2 people jumping up and down and trying to like zone everyone out. But AP BREN, actually, you didn't see who was able to take in that turtle though, but the 3 minutes in, we can already see that it is going to be team fight eccentric when it comes to these turtle takes and these lord takes, and not to mention the adjustment that was made, right? You can no longer tug it to the side, so you can kind of expect to see like both these teams are going to be having like hard resets when it comes to taking especially the lord in later on.
Seeing both demonic forces is like a bouncy house during these team fights. So two members just flying up in the sky and then smashing and crashing down. It's going to be very interesting to see how we come out there. Oh, a big final slash comes down onto it. Odie looking to try to use that demonic force. Is it going to be enough to save him? He's still crashing down, trying to survive here. Chibi finds a kill onto Few. Blazing Duet is out. Udil in trouble, trying to find the safety of the tower. Is he going to be able to get it? He is. Oh. And Flap Teasy goes down. That is a 3-1 for Homeboys.
Yeah, the slows coming in from the tower. He took too much damage there. Flap was actually going to try to go in for that last hit, but there was still that shield coming out from Udil, and he was able to get back to safety. There's some clapback, though, from AP BREN on the bottom side. And at the same time, Kyle TZ in the middle of everything. He might be in trouble here.
Yeah, unfortunately, they should be still able to get the retribution onto his orange buff here. Kyle TZ able to find himself an escape, and then Zorn able to defend Udil for this escape.
Yeah, level 7, that's 1 level ahead for the gold lane here of Super Marco. He has been doing a double lane too, so not only is he getting the farm up top, he's also getting in some of the minion waves too in the mid lane, so this should give him some advantage to be able to get in those core items as the Claude. Here comes the Tekken Turtle. Owen is taking a bit of the damage here. He hasn't been using that ultimate just yet. Udil comes in with the demonic force. Owen is down.
Yeah, Ojin is down. You see the Demonic Force just clapping down both of them in the Bouncy House of Doom. Sapat finds a kill onto Flapteezy. Out comes the Zaman Force while Chibi finds a kill onto Kyle Teasy and the Turtle. 7-2 right now, a dominating performance right now for Homeboys.
The thing here about AP BREN is it really gets confusing. Odile has been popping in that demonic force that he has been taking in. He's not even taking the final slash here. He's making sure that AP BREN is zoned out before they take in the objective. Chibi managed to land in those nice ultimates right once it came down to that clash, which we know that the Nolan can really dish an insane amount of damage once it has the items, which we'll be seeing later on. But now it's going to be Homeboys at the lead, 17k and 14k for AP BREN.
Yeah, a very interesting decision. I had never even, for some reason, it kind of slipped my mind when the first picks went out, and you had the Nolan, the Harith, and the Valentina, and when that Fovius pick came out, it for some reason didn't even cross my mind that Valentina would be having just as much success on it as well.
Yeah, the thing here about the Homeboys is they're capitalizing on this early game that they had so that Nets can actually scale up pretty well. But as for AP BREN though, Super Marco hasn't been picked off, so that is good. He has been farming the gold lane earlier and even the mid lane, so that just gives him a little bit more time to pick up the items that he needs. And Udil once again picks up that demonic force. So this is the thing for AP BREN. They need to answer out to Udil right now, who has been such a menace to deal with in these clashes.
Yeah, and this is what's good. The big thing is the patience of AP BREN. As much as this looks to be going in Homeboys' favors, all it takes is for them to go ahead and start hitting these power spikes, especially Super Marco. We've already seen it, an example of it in the last 3 games that we've been casting here, that the Claw
Top
just
side,
needs
though.
an opportunity. You see there that the Blazing Duet already comes out there. Chibi going to go ahead and create some distance between him. Down at the bottom, Terrified onto Kyle Teasy as they're going to go ahead start on this Turtle. Here comes the Demonic Force landing in the implosion as well. Pops up Kyle Teasy. That means AP BREN does not have their retry, but it looks like Homeboys are not done with the fight.
Yeah, Homeboys actually went for the full engage there, making sure that Kyle Teasy is down as Chibi was actually farming up top. AP BREN was actually trying to go for Chibi with that pick off on that final slash and maybe the Blazing Duet coming out from the quad, but Chibi was way too alerted there, knowing what's going to happen there. And so far, Homeboys is just aggression after aggression. They've taken in 2 towers, and so far, all turtles of the game. 7 minutes in, and it is still Homeboys leading.
Yeah, and that's kind of the value you get out of a Nolan, because he can basically spam his abilities on without cooldown. He gets those dashes very quickly, so you need to be able to kind of close out his escapes when you're engaging him, especially when it's only 2 of you to try to catch one person who can basically spam his movements all around the map.
Yeah, this is the thing. Soren has been using that implosion onto Kyle Teasy, right? Like when you get that Fredrin stun, and at the same time you combine it with like the Zaman Force coming out from Nets, or even Udil's like first 2 attacks, it's enough to actually contain Kyle Teasy, so he's not able to soak up the damage, not able to pop in the Appraiser's Red, and basically not able to do anything while he's suppressed. So this is good for Homeboys when it comes to the early game. But as for AP BREN, right, they need to get Super Marco farmed up here, and so far he hasn't been picked off. And let's take a look at the items here. He has already built up that Demon Hunter sword, and all he needs is that golden staff to be able to get into that full engagement once it reaches the late game. But Homeboys is just pressuring every single lane right now.
Yeah, and they need to, because they know what their win conditions are. Big final slash does go on to Sapat, trying to put up the damage onto him. He is going to pop that vengeance and able to get himself away. Out comes the implosion. Is that going to be enough? Demonic forces are out. Kyle Teasy finds a kill on the down in the name of Ogen for AP BREN.
Yeah, actually, Homeboys was confident at that time, right? Like Soren wanted to go in. They actually got in Sapat first. Let's take a look at the highlights here. Sapat actually backed away. You got Few as well with the Astral Echo from the backside. Ogun was down, and the Demonic Force was forced to be reckoned with here. And at the same time, Super Marco came in at the right time with the Blazing Duet that is already kind of damaging Homeboys here. Here comes the Lord.
Yeah, Kyle Teasy able to find it with a Retribution and that's Appraiser's Wrath. Alguen looking able to find a kill as well, and we were just talking about it. Just took a little bit of a moment. Big pop-up finds him and bursted down right now. Blazing Duet from Super Marco to go ahead and clear out the way, and Chibi finds himself a quick ticket back to the base.
Yeah, 204 for the Claude of Marco. This time we kind of see the Claude being activated right now. AP BREN was able to take in that Lord. This should actually make them take a little bit more space in the map that the Homeboys has been pressuring from the early game. Now we see the goal lead actually nullify right now. It's actually evened out for both sides. 31.1k for both Homeboys and AP BREN.
This is what we were talking about. It doesn't matter how far ahead you are. AP BREN sticking to the game plan, waiting for the power spikes, especially when it comes to Super Marco, getting those items. We have a Lord kind of clashing up at top. Now a clash at the purple buff. I'm not even sure who got that. It looks like Chibi able to claim his purple buff, even despite the amount of harassment coming from AP BREN, but still moving through, taking down towers, especially the mid tower, which is going to go ahead and open up the map for AP BREN.
Definitely a big thing for them. This is going to be easier for AP BREN to take in the Lords. And right now, 3 towers taken in by AP BREN with just that one Lord that they took. This is not even the enhanced one. So once it reaches this next Lord, if AP BREN manages to snag this one, Homeboys just has to either rely on nets here when it comes to the late game, right? And pretty much the Nolan here is already fine when it comes to like AP BREN. It can actually deal with this Nolan care of Flap TZ's demonic force in the clashes.
Yeah, it's going to be these next few objectives going to be very pivotal for both of these teams as we're starting to move into the mid and late game. Chibi's going to find it harder to find those pickoffs once you're in these big clashes where everybody's kind of sticking together and covering for each other. So that's what we've been seeing is him now starting to split off, starting to clear the lanes, be a nuisance when it comes to creating that pressure on the opposing sides of the map.
Yeah, I think Homeboys understood that it was definitely going to be hard for Kaltizi when it comes to the early game, right? Where the Fredin does not have the items, they keep on pressuring him. But right now, once it has the items, you can definitely go head-to-head here with the Homeboys. And even the purple buff here is going to be pressured on by AP BREN. Not going to be easy here for Chibi.
This poor purple buff has no idea who to attack. Does look like Chibi is going to be able to get it, and very wisely, Homeboys don't press it any further. They got the buff. They're going to go ahead and back off and reset on the map.
Yeah, 10. And there's a lot more kills here for Homeboys, especially since this was pretty much a Homeboy showing aggression from the start. But AP BREN has been taking control slowly in the game. It has been Kaltizi. It seems like he's going to be the target here, though. A lot of ultimates happening. The best has been started.
Yeah, big Dominant Force comes out there. Kyle Teasy getting jumped on right now with that Demonic Force. Udil goes down to Flap Teasy, and you see them trying to chase down Zorn, able to find the kill there. That is 2 down for the Homeboys. In comes Chibi, looking for a kill with that Fracture, able to take down Few. 1 down for AP BREN, but I dare say they still have the advantage when it comes to this Lord, especially the Luminous Lord right now.
Yeah, 2 for the price of 1. It's still going to be the numbers advantage towards AP BREN. 40k lead for them. Flap TZ doing a good job zoning. I think this should be AP BREN taking it in without any contests for the Homeboys. That's going to be the Enhanced Lord going to our M5 World Champions.
Yeah, and very dominant right now as we're moving into the 13-minute. You can see 305 for Super Marco right now. I mean, as soon as he came online, the entire tone, tide of this match completely changed. Ooh, they pass up that bush. Few actually might be in trouble. Chibi comes in there, gets a Fracture. Unfortunately, Kyle Teasy did not check that bush, and that allowed Chibi to get the one-off onto AP BREN there.
Yeah, that's what makes the Nolan so deadly, right? Like just 2 hits coming out from his skills. It's enough to delete Few from the map. And yeah, that was quite unfortunate though, but they do have the Lord here. Flap TZ gonna be soaking up the damage. A lot of isolated fights. Sword gonna be using that implosion though. But no match, of course, to Super Marco.
Oh, the CC has landed onto Chippy, who's not going to be getting away from Ogwen. And now we are pushing on to the mid towers, left to only the high grounds for Homeboys, who just a few minutes ago, very dominant against AP BREN, and have yet to find an answer for this aggression.
Yeah, 405 onto the Claude. Has that Purify too. So AP BREN just taking all of these towers so quickly. Conceal has been made. Sapat's gonna be the target.
Yeah, Zaman Force is out with that Demonic Force coming out from Flap. TZ starting to zone out. The rest of them, Nets in trouble, trying to dash himself away from Super Marco, who is on the clock. Oh, we do have an implosion. Catches one member there as well. In comes Ogwen. Final slash is out from the back line. It does look like AP BREN starting to create some distance, not wanting to fight a little bit more underneath the turret. I think looking to just kind of create that distance now and wait for the next Lord before they make their next push.
Yeah, the bushes are looking to be so deadly too, so they have to kind of check that for AP BREN, but this time it's gonna be Chibi in trouble here. He's gonna make it out alive.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about, the spamming ability of him to be able to spam those dashes, which is actually more than Flap TZ can kind of contend with, but the job was done. They zoned him away from the purple buff, and that's going to be another stolen buff for AP BREN.
Man, this is objectives, even resources taken away from Chibi. He has picked up 7 kills though, 4 deaths, but by this time though, it's gonna be really hard. Like the only target that you're gonna be getting is either like a pick off on the bush like what happened earlier up against Few. That's the best thing that you can do because the Nolan is that kind of hero that really shines in the early game. And by this time, all of these heroes have already picked up all the necessary items to kind of counter out all the damage that Homeboys is putting out. And as you can see, 15.2k gold lead for Super Marco and 11.8k only for Nets on the side of Homeboys.
Yeah, and then that says a lot too, especially there's something about having a gold lead on your opponents, but when most of that gold lead is on one person, it really kind of tells a story of like how dominating an effect that they are having. Kyle TZ finds this Lord pretty easily. Sapat going in with the vengeance. I mean, a last effort there, but gonna get bursted down by Super Marco, and the last hit going to Few.
Yeah, nice attempt though by Sapat, but you know, with AP BREN kind of surrounding him, there was just nowhere to go. Even with the vengeance, he was not able to sustain that damage. Super Marco right now still has that Purify. The inhibitors are already down here for the mid lane and the bottom lane, so it's one left over on the top side. But AP BREN is looking to end this one. Always starts it with a final slash here.
Yeah, Udil in a little bit of trouble there. Gets caught on the wrong end. Out comes the Appraiser's Wrath, and then Few finds the kill. Zaman Force is out there trying to protect the core, but the overwhelming damage coming from AP BREN, pushing them out. Blazing Duet is out. Chibi goes down. A double kill for AP BREN, and that's going to be all she wrote for the Homeboys. Game 1 going to the the M5 champions, AP BREN.
Yeah, current rating M5 champions, current rating